guys, and welcome back to Between Us Girlies. I'm Bran.
I'm Lindsay.
I'm Bailey.
And I'm Casey.
Oh my gosh, we have so much to catch up on. Should we start with the weekend?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I feel like we all had good weekends,
We
right?
did.
I had an excellent weekend. I had a blast. So I guess to set the scene, on Thursday, Casey, Bailey, and myself, we went to Almira, which is a new restaurant that opened. And it was like a really fun like influencer event. Like they invited like a bunch of really nice people. We met a lot of cool people. The food was phenomenal. But Bailey and I had already had a reservation the next day. So Bailey and I went to this place twice. Let me just set the stage. And boy, did we get a preview.
I'm so glad we did that.
Yeah, I thought Thursday was really fun. It was
it was like a cool event. They had like girls standing like on the bar because I think it's like Greek inspired. So I think they were going for like Greek like goddess, but they had these girls in like full body paint like standing on the bar, and I thought it was a statue at first, and then I saw her move and I got so tripped out. I was like, holy shit.
I just kept looking at her. I was like, what is she what's she doing up there?
But yeah, so Bailey and I had a reservation to go on Friday, and I had one of my favorite nights ever. I've talked about this before, but like my favorite kind of night is what I call a no GPS night, which is like, picture you're driving without the GPS, you don't care, you're just going wherever the wind takes you, basically. So Bailey and I, we had a dinner reservation for 8:30, and I said, I don't know what we'll do after. We could go home after, we could go out. We went to dinner with our friend Anna, had a phenomenal meal. Everything
Top notch.
Yeah,
I want to go back.
The service was incredible. Like Anna got there before Bailey and I, and they didn't have our table ready, so they sent her to the bar. They got her a cocktail. The second
free?
we sat down,
Yeah.
for free. The second we
Wow.
sat down,
I'm about to just start going early to my reservation.
I
Right?
love customer service.
I loved that. Then the second we sat down, they brought us champagne. All the food was, my oh my, so good. And I didn't like feel gross after. I was
No.
like, oh, I could go out after this. So I was like, let's go to Vinyl. Bailey, Anna, and I, we walked to Vinyl. I don't know if you remember this. I felt like we were on a red carpet. There is a whole group of people waiting to get inside of
God.
Fido. I guess that's like a popular college bar now. It was packed. We are getting swarmed with people who watch the podcast or taking pictures. I think this homeless woman was chatting your ear
she
up.
was, because I had a leopard fur coat on. She's like, oh yes, babe. And she's like, you got any cash? I was like, no, I don't. I'm so sorry.
And like, you know those nights where everything goes wrong? This was the opposite of that night. Everything was going right. The woman who was working the door at Vinyl recognized us, walked us right in. The bartender, shout out Meg, gave me and Bailey 2 dirty martinis. The second we walked in there, I said, oh, we're having a night. So this, we actually know him. Our friend Dev was DJing, and he was playing, I felt like we were in Space Miami, like a lot of oonts, 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 which isn't everyone's like vibe, but I like that kind of stuff. And he was like throwing in like EDM and stuff. So I'm like, I'm going to go walk up to the front, dance. These girls invite us into their table. They give Bailey this big ass bottle of, what was it, Grey Goose?
Grey Goose.
Yeah.
And I remember, because I chugged my martini, because it's also hard walking around the bar with
With
the
a
martini
glass
glass. And I was
martini,
like,
yeah.
make it seem like it was everybody else's fault. I'm like, oh my God. But like, that was my fault. But then I chugged it. And I just remember this girl just started pouring the vodka, but we were posing for a video or a picture, but she kept pouring it. So it was probably like this much of vodka in the cup.
Oh my
Nothing
God.
else.
Oh my God.
It was crazy. They were so nice. They had this gorgeous camera. They were flicking me and Bailey up. I was
like Vinyl themselves?
No, these girls who invite us to the
Oh.
table. Like, we were just like, it was a weird atmosphere, but like, I was loving it. And Vinyl has this little small circular stool that I remember I was standing on my birthday party. I got right back on there. I was on elevated surface. Oh my God, I was having the time of my life. Like it was like one of the best nights I've had in like
so
a
fun.
really, really long time. And Bailey was so drunk, and I feel like we were torturing her because she kept trying to leave, and me and Anna would be like, "No, cancel your Uber." And
For like 5 times.
you were like kind of delirious. You're like, "Should I cancel?" And you're like, "Yeah." But the best part, it's like 1:50 in the morning. We've gotten Bailey to cancel her Uber like 7 times. Finally, Bailey goes to the bathroom and in the most non-slick way possible tries to dart out of Vinyl. And our one guy friend, Brian, sees her and he's like, should I go get her? And I was like, yeah, if you want. Like, I was like, let's let her leave.
The way they're chasing you?
Like,
He
let
was
me
trying
go
to Irish
home.
exit so hard, and it was like a spotlight went on her.
That's so fun.
But yeah, it was a full-blown blast. 10 out of 10 night.
No, I
I
thought
went
it
to the
was so
Winston
fun.
after, which was odd. I should have ended it where Bailey did, but it is what it is.
No, I thought it was so fun.
How
I
was-
just got blacked out.
How was everyone else's weekend, Case?
I went out Saturday night this weekend, and I went to my boyfriend's friend's birthday party. So we were just like in a huge group at Buffalo Bill's, which was actually so fun. He like rented out the top floor, or part of the top floor. But it was one of those drunks where I had like the best bar seat. I was in the middle of all the action. So like there was just people talking in like every direction, and I had a direct shot to the
You
bar.
were sending us some crazy
Yeah,
photos.
I was sad because I was like, damn, Casey, I can tell is really drunk.
I
and
was
I haven't
having-
seen you like hammered in a while.
No, I was having so much fun, but it was bad because I was like seated and having a blast, and then we were like, okay, like our section was closing, so we're like, let's go downstairs. And the second I stood up, it all changed. Everything was different. Like it was one of those drunks where like I stood up and I was like, and the whole room just like, you know that Mr. Krabs meme where he's like shaking?
Yeah.
That was literally me standing there, and I wasn't even like that drunk, but just the change of like sitting for 2 hours and then standing. And then we went downstairs, and that was like so crazy because it was like the public. Like before we were just in a little private section, but then we were downstairs with everyone. I ran into so many people and had so many conversations that I don't remember having. And then we got home and fell asleep. Me and my boyfriend have this new habit now, I guess, of falling asleep on the couch with chicken nuggets in the air fryer. And we woke up and they were burnt to a crisp, but like literally black. I was like, okay, maybe
would've
I need to
brushed
slow
that
my
off.
drinking down. But yeah, it was really fun.
It looked fun.
Yeah, it was a good. I feel like every time I go out, like it's just been me and Jake, but it was fun to like go out and like actually I was trying to meet up with Brandon. I was like trying to text you where you guys were, and it was like so much for my little drunk brain to focus on.
So Saturday, I was so hungover, and me and Lindsay and my boyfriend Josue, we just watched Final Destination on the couch, and then Lindsay wanted to go out, so we went to Sin, which was delicious. But we ate a little too much, and we attempted to go out, but you want to tell them what happened?
What happened, Lindsay?
I feel like this weekend was so weird for me because I always play myself. Brandon will go, do you want to come to this? And I'm like, nah. And he'll go, do you want to come? Nope. And I regret both Thursday and Friday. But the one thing that I wanted to do this weekend was eat a dinner. I wanted to spend $100 and draw. I wanted to be stuffed full and just go lie down after. And the only person who was going to do that with me was Brandon. So we
Always
went
down.
to Sin. It was absolutely delicious. We got a lot of good things. We also discovered that we are obsessed with the pistachio martini.
It looked
It
good.
was the
Sounds
best
crazy.
martini I've ever had. It tasted like a milkshake.
I like asked them if they had pistachio liqueur because I was like, this tastes too much. Anyway, it was crazy. But after dinner, we were going to head over to our friend's home. He lives in Old City. And we decided to get in the car and go. But when we got there, it just seemed like where the hose at type of energy. Like there was a group of girls there who like wanted to be there. There was that group of guys there that wanted to be there. And then there was me and Brandon. So I looked at him and I said, ooh, two things. Number one, we don't belong here. We're pretty much blocking everybody. And number two, I'm about to have explosive diarrhea. So we need to get on out of here. I need to get to a toilet ASAP. For the IBS girlies, I don't feel bad or uncomfortable saying that. It just is what it is. So Saturday ended early because I had to poop. So yeah.
Interesting.
I feel like that is such a dynamic. Like when you walk in and you can tell that like everyone in the room wants to fuck each other and you're not a part of that group and everyone's like horny and you're like, I am not in on this energy. Like that is a crazy dynamic to walk into.
I love Brandon, but I didn't want to do any. Yeah.
If we had just like dodged that and met you right at Buffalo Bill's, it would have been a different night. But I'm kind of glad we didn't because I could have taken a relaxing pill after Friday night. I was like, I can call it a night here. But I wanted to ask you because when we went out on Thursday, you felt sick on Friday. And I remember you posted on your story about like the, you know, people who are getting sick from drinking alcohol, and then obviously went out Saturday. Did you feel that way again on Sunday?
Yes. So I have been going through this like awful, it's honestly been for like 6 months to a year where every time I drink, I get so deathly sick the next day. And not just like your typical hangover, like, oh, I feel sick. Like I am actually like physically ill to the point where like, and it'll happen off of one glass of wine. We were at the influencer event. I had 1.5 glasses of wine that I drank over the course of however long we were there. Like I am 27 years old. I've been drinking for a while. I can drink 2 glasses of wine and be normal. But ever since this past year, I get so sick. I woke up, I threw up all morning. I couldn't see anything. I was at work. I felt awful. So I posted about it on Instagram, and oh my God, so many people are going through this. It's like actually crazy. My DMs still now, like 3 or 4 days later, are flooded with people being like, I get the same way. Like, I have alcohol intolerance. Apparently you can become allergic to alcohol.
My grandma was.
Yeah, like later in life. You don't always have to be like that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so a lot of people are saying you might have developed an allergy to alcohol. A lot of people said there's like sulfates or sulfites in wine that a lot of people don't react to well. But I was expecting maybe a few people here and there to be like, oh, I feel sick. No, like a lot of girls, not only one told me that they feel the same way, but have also said they've gone sober because they get so sick now.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. No, pop off.
I heard French wine has least sulfates, so that's really good. My grandma, she said she was allergic, but she would get stuffy. She would get like the sniffles and like an allergy type of thing whenever she started drinking. So she kind of cut that out. But it's, yeah.
And I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I am sick now, and I got sick on Sunday, which I drank Saturday night, woke up Sunday, have not stopped coughing, sneezing, and I think it's crazy. And I hate it because I love to go out. I like to enjoy the social aspect. So there are times where I'll put myself through it. Saturday night was a friend's birthday, so I was like, oh, whatever, I'll feel sick. But if there's not something to make me drink, now I'm like, damn, do I want to feel like shit the next day?
I knew this kid in college, and he was like super cute. He had like super clear skin, looked like one of the boys on an Abercrombie bag, like in the 2000s. And he would take one sip of alcohol and his entire face would break out into hives. Oh. And I was like, bro, at one point it was like, you know, kids say things they're not supposed to, like, you're ugly. I don't know what came over me, but I was like, bro, what happened to your face? He's like, I'm allergic to alcohol. And I was like, interesting. And red wine gives my mom nightmares, and she refuses to drink it.
Wow.
Like, I think alcohol can just do weird things to the body.
Yeah, and I feel like as you get older and your body changes, like it just gets worse. And obviously as you get older, hangovers get worse just naturally. But I'm really hoping, a lot of people suggested a few different like pills and supplements to take before I drink. So I'm excited to try some stuff.
Doesn't Tito's advertise being gluten-free? Like, is there gluten in alcohol? Am I tripping?
There's gluten in vodka, but tequila, I really usually only drink tequila. Yeah. So like that doesn't have any in it. And like literally Thursday night at the influencer event, I drank 1.5 glasses of wine. Like, that is crazy that I felt so insanely sick the next day.
Damn, that would be my 13th reason.
Yep.
Well, my weekend was kind of rather fun. Thanks for asking, guys. No, so Friday, obviously me and Brandon went out, but I felt like hell on Saturday. Like, I thought I was never going to come back from this. Even Lindsay texted me, like, are you going out? I was like, absolutely not.
And Bailey says, if Bailey says, no, I don't want to go out, it's either call her mother, call the cops, or check up on her because something is wrong.
I feel like I was deathly ill, and I was just so tired. Last week, I just like had to catch up on sleep. So Brandon and Lindsay suggested I watch the Harry Potter franchise because I love Game of Thrones. I love like not like mystical creature stuff like that. And I don't know why I haven't started watching Harry Potter.
So this was your first time?
Yeah, and I remember I watched like a while ago, but when I was watching the first one, I was like, oh, I don't remember any of this. I'm on the what am I on? The fourth one, Goblet of Fire right now. So I watched it. They're all like 2.5 hour long movies. And I was just pushing through them this weekend. So that's what I
Wow,
did.
What are your thoughts? Who's your fave character?
Who is I like Harry. I like the trio.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
You like everyone in the trio? There's not one person that irritates you beyond
I mean, Hermione. She's.
Oh!
I love her. Wait, who are you talking about in the
Hermione
trio?
like I was talking about Ron.
You don't like Ron?
No.
Oh. I love redheads. I used to. No, I think like from a young age, I used to think he was cute. I also used to think Draco Malfoy used to be a little cutie.
I think every girl thought he was hot.
He was like a nice blonde hair, but I don't know why Harry doesn't just punch him in the face or like call him a dick. Like, why can't they use their words in these movies?
Oh man.
No, I love everyone so far. Snape, I feel like you would have a thing for him.
I'm going to tell you one thing, Bailey. Snape is going to, so for the listeners, I too just watched Harry Potter for the first time. Brendan and I finished last week, and it took me for the ride of my life. I am a Hufflepuff. I want to go to Universal and like play on like, at the amusement park. Like, I'm going to be Harry Potter for Halloween next year. Like,
wait, I was thinking about it.
No, like I feel so strongly.
What a plot twist! I never thought that you two would be cracking out over Harry Potter right now.
It's such a good film.
Case, you gotta give it a chance.
You do.
Well, I went to all the midnight showings back in the day,
okay,
but I
wow.
was not a Twilight fan. Me and my best friend in grade school, or I was a Twilight fan. My best friend in grade school was a Harry Potter fan. So we made a rule that she would come to the midnight showings with me for Twilight, and I would
so
go with her to
cute.
Harry Potter. So I've been to like,
It's not the same quality movie, baby.
no,
I
very,
was
very
a huge
different.
Twilight fan. And I'm here to tell you that even though J.K. Rowling is a piece of garbage, she put her entire neck into that series.
Her gussy into
Excellent.
that.
I don't know what it is. I just have, anytime I've tried to rewatch them, I like can't get through them, but maybe I'll try again.
Yeah.
I will say, like, as an adult, they hit even like harder. Like, I've seen this series several times. Tell me why Lindsay and I finished movie 8. I am sobbing.
Like,
I don't
tears.
cry at anything. Lindsay looks over. I'm like fully like, oh my god! Like, it's just so good, and it's my favorite thing to watch during the holidays because, like,
Yeah.
it's not a Christmas movie, but every movie they like show them during Christmas time, and like there's so many different parts of their like mythical land that are like snowy.
I like that.
I love it.
I feel like that is a very common thing to watch during the holidays. Is Harry
Yeah.
Potter.
I feel like ABC always does like the
Yep.
12
Yeah,
days
that's
or
what I was
whatever.
gonna say. Like growing up watching a Harry Potter movie, weekends on ABC Family, like, oh my god, those are like my favorite parts of my childhood.
No, I love Christmas movies. I just watched Home Alone for the first time.
For the first.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just never.
One or two?
Kevin! The first one.
Excellent.
I don't know. What else could they do in two? Like,
Oh, Casey.
I mean, they leave
Go
him
home
again.
tonight. Go home tonight and turn it on.
Wait, is
It's
one
better
or
than the
two
first.
when he's at the Ritz or like
The Plaza?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Plaza.
okay, I've seen that. I've seen clips of that.
You've definitely
before.
seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like, do you guys enjoy the holiday season as much now that we're older?
It's different. I
Yeah.
feel like obviously when we're kids, it's like, oh my God, Santa Claus and like all these like presents and stuff. I feel like now as it gets older and older, I'm like, it's just another day. I love the spirit of Christmas and like the holiday season, but I feel like actual like Christmas or Thanksgiving, it just kind of feels like, oh, it's another day.
I've been like that. I feel like for the past like 5 years, like I also worked in retail, and I feel like if you work in retail, the holidays are just not a
Changes
thing.
it.
Yeah, they're just like not fun. But for some reason this year, I was like, Christmas only comes one time a year. Like, why am I such a hater? Like, why don't I just make it December as fun as it can be? So I've been trying to do something Christmassy every single day and just like
Yeah.
make the Christmas season last a little longer.
It's also hard though too, and honestly, this is one thing that I feel like for me, it started in childhood too. It's like because it's such an event, you have to get so much done before. So like, do you guys remember in like high school, like you would have like a huge exam right before winter break, or like all of your projects were due, and it's magnified in the corporate world. It's like you get to work and like there's a break where everyone's off, so you have to hit all of these deadlines, and it's like it's nice when it's all done because you can usually enjoy it, but it's like you have to kind of get through hell to get there.
And like buying all the presents and keeping track of what you're getting and what's shipping, and like there is a lot that goes into it that's
There
like
is.
unnecessary.
Yeah. They're also like sometimes like holiday blues are a thing too. Like it's also like sometimes it can be like sad if you're like going through something like rough or like with your family or someone you're dating, like, and you kind of are just like, it's so, everything's so in your face during this time, like of like love and people getting gifts and everything, that like it's hard. Like sometimes like the holiday blues are really like a real thing, I think.
Yeah, well, I agree.
But on a more positive note, what is everyone's favorite Christmas gift or Hanukkah? I'm Jewish. Or Hanukkah gift that you guys have ever gotten?
Linz.
I feel like I got spoiled as a kid with like surprises. My mom is somebody who would always do the utmost for us when we were getting something. So we would always get like a bunch of little gifts, but you get a big gift. And every year my mom would say, "You're not getting that, sweetheart. I'm not buying it." And she would end up giving it to us last. But I would say that my favorite Christmas gift that I ever got was my Wii. I don't know if it's Nintendo. Is it?
Yeah, Nintendo.
Yeah, the Nintendo Wii. So my brothers and I wanted it so badly, and we were looking forward to getting it. And my dad was like, and my mom was like, "It's sold out everywhere. Like, you're not getting it, blah, blah." My father went to the Kmart parking lot on Black Friday. He was number 7 in line. There were 7 Wiis in Kmart. My father was number 7. Camped out in his car all night so that he could get us this Wii. He got into a fight with number 8 in the line, like a full fist fight. Calls him a kid, probably our age. But he's like, "Yeah, I fought some kid in the parking lot because I was determined to get you this Wii." And that's exactly what he did. And it was an excellent time. So my parents like hid it from us. But then at the end of Christmas, when we opened all our presents, we were like, thanks, Mom and Dad. Ungrateful little Upper Dublin brats. And my mom was like, we have one more gift. And we were like, what is it? It's like, oh, it's the Wii. It was excellent. 10 out of 10.
Wow.
The Wii was a gift.
It was.
Yeah, the Wii was such a like phenomenon. I remember
It was
there
a
was this
different
crazy
thing.
story where like someone died waiting in line for a Wii because they were waiting so long that they just didn't go to the bathroom. That might not be true.
No, I feel
But
like I've heard that.
I remember like hearing about that in like detail.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
it
my
was
God.
Do you remember
crazy.
Wii Fit when you would just stand on it and it'd be like obese?
Yeah, that was a bigger kid. I remember standing around, I was like, oh!
Oh, y'all actually played the Wii Fit? I threw that game to the side. I
had
said,
the-
Mario.
I was like A1 on bowling. Was it a pro?
Yep.
You become a pro?
Tennis
The
was my
tennis?
favorite.
Yeah. That ball head,
What
man.
you mean you didn't play Wii Fit?
I'm not an active kid.
Oh,
the
that was
most
so
active I
fun.
got with the Wii games was Just Dance, and that I was
Oh, I
eating
had
it
that
up.
because you had the belt on, right? Or I had
Yeah.
Zumba. My mom was like, no, because it was like, oh, like you can lose some weight. So I had Zumba for the weed. I thought I was burning calories.
Yeah.
That's sad.
What was your favorite Christmas gift be?
My favorite gift was, I think I was probably 3rd or 4th grade. It was a Lizzie McGuire bedspread and bed
wow.
set. My mom got me everything because it was like pink and orange, and she even got me like the pink feather lamp, all of the accessories. And you guys know I love bedding at this grown ass age, but like that was my favorite gift because the way like I forgot how she did it, but I remember I was like in the living room. I probably came back for like a day or something like that, and my whole room was just new. I loved it.
That's probably what started your love of bedding.
Probably.
Shout out Tracy. That's lit.
Because I love Lizzie McGuire then. Still do.
Brandon, what about you? What was your favorite Hanukkah gift?
Okay, well, I have a few that come to mind. The one that comes to mind first is I got the My Scene dolls. So I played with dolls. I loved Barbies, but Bratz were my absolute favorite. But what I hated was Barbie and Bratz couldn't share clothes because the Bratz were a lot smaller. So Mattel, the parent company of Barbie, tried to make a Bratz dupe called My Scene. And it was like perfect for me because they had like the Bratz features of like the duck lips and everything, but they could fit Barbie's clothes because they were the same Barbie size. So I remember I have a picture of me with the My Scene Barbie. That was like night one Hanukkah gift. I was so hype. But my dad's side is Christian, so we would go to my aunt's house, his sister, for Hanukkah or for Christmas. So there were some years where I celebrated both. And I was so scared to tell her that I played with dolls. But like year after year, she was like getting me like Hot Wheels and stuff. And not that I
You
wasn't
playing with Hot
I was like,
Wheels?
not that I
Hell,
wasn't
you're gonna do with
grateful.
those.
Not that I wasn't
Right.
grateful, but I was like, oh, Mom, like, can you tell her to like actually like go to a different aisle? And one year I was so scared to tell her, and she was like, oh my God, like I'll get you whatever Bratz dolls you want. I sent her a list of Amazon, like 9 different links to dolls. I showed up on Christmas. Every single one of them was in a package. And I was
No
like,
way.
that meant so much to me because like my parents would spoil me rotten with what they could. But like my aunt, she didn't have any kids. Like she loved like spoiling us on Christmas. And like, oh my God, it was just the best day ever. It was like
so
the best
cute.
Christmas. I think it was like Christmas 2006. I'll never forget.
Oh, that's so cute.
What was yours, Cassandra?
Mine was, I've definitely gotten better gifts, but this specific gift will always stand out. I remember we were like getting ready, or we had Christmas, we opened all of our presents. We always go to my grandparents after we open all of our presents. So we were walking outside and my mom was like, oh my God, what is that? And she like pointed to the roof and she was like, I think Santa dropped a present on the roof. And there was a full present on our roof, and my dad went and got a ladder and came out and climbed up on the roof and got me, and I will never forget, I had a video now, and it was a Drake and Josh episode, which was my favorite show back then, but it was just like a DVD that my parents put up on the roof, and it was like so much effort, and I thought it was so cute.
I love that
Oh,
though.
what a
Yeah.
fun performance.
Right?
That really made it.
Like, I can't wait to have kids so that we can literally do what our parents
Yeah.
do.
Yep.
Like, it
Aw.
just, they make the most out of the holidays. Like, it's just,
They really do.
I feel
Yeah.
like that's what kind of sucks as an adult. I mean,
That's true.
my mom still puts her back into Christmas. Like, everything about it, she does the utmost. But, like, when you're a kid, that really hits different.
Like going to sleep, or like you can't even go to sleep because you know Santa's coming, putting those cookies out for his big ass.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you guys put carrots out?
put what out?
For the
Carrots?
reindeer?
I put carrots out for reindeer.
My mom also, she would mix oatmeal and glitter, and we put it out for the reindeer, for reindeer food.
Oh, that's so
I thought that was, I
cute.
think about that to this day. I'm like, damn, that's so creative.
Wait, I never had to deal with this because I was Jewish, but did you guys like actually like think Santa was real? And like, if so, was it like a big deal finding out that he was a phony?
It broke my heart.
It was heartbreaking. Yeah.
Really?
It broke my heart.
How did you
found
find out?
my hamster in my playroom. Now, granted, it was Christmas Eve and I was snooping. And I asked for a dog, but my parents said hell no. So they got me a hamster. I named it Fuzzy. It died really soon after getting it. Anyway, I found the hamster and I was like, oh my God, Mommy, it's a hamster. And she's like, looks like Santa dropped off one of your gifts early. By the way, Mom and Dad, I know you listen to this podcast. Terrible placement to put a hamster in the playroom. So my brother brings me downstairs and he goes, Santa didn't put that there. I go, what do you mean? He said, Lindsay, Santa's not real. Mom and Dad went to PetSmart. I said, Kenneth, are you serious? Like, Santa's not real? He's like, no, like on everything, Santa's Mom and Dad. And I went up to my dad and I said, are you Santa? And he, yeah, that's me. And one time I said to my dad, I go, why don't you ever buy me anything for Christmas? Santa gets me everything I ask for. And my dad was like, Lindsay. I should have known. But
Kids are ungrateful as hell.
How old were you? Do you remember?
I got Fuzzy when I was in 5th grade.
Okay.
So my 10-year-old
Wow.
Christmas.
You kind of made it a while.
Yeah.
Don't try to play me, Brandon. I had Christmas spirit, magic, and joy in my little black spirit.
Damn. I found out it was the same year as the bedspread because it was when that was the last good Christmas. Well, it wasn't. You know, remember like JCPenney catalogs? You guys like used to like it was like the big fat JCPenney
Yes.
catalogs. So JCPenney was a very popular store in my household. So the one day I was looking through it as I usually do, and I flip right to the order section and I pull out the receipt of the bedspread and everything with it. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, I didn't like say anything to my mom. I just kind of, I was like, all right, well, there it is. Like, I think that was like 3rd or 4th grade.
Mine's kind of like worse when I found out Santa wasn't real because it's like not an important memory to me because I remember when I found out, I asked my parents, Santa's not real, but is the Easter Bunny real? And they were like, absolutely. He is real. Santa's not, but the Easter Bunny is real. And we had this photo of what I believed was the Easter Bunny. My parents took it on like an old school digital camera, printed it out. I took this photo to school and showed everyone, look, the Easter Bunny is real. And I begged my parents. I was like, I get it, Santa's not real, but you have to tell me if the Easter Bunny is fake. And they were like, nope, he's real. And I believed it till I was literally 14.
Sorry, 14. Sorry, there's tears in my eyes because you took that shit to school.
No, I took this photo to school because nobody believed me. You know when you're in grade school and you're like, I know this, like you say something. I literally the next day brought it to school, showed everyone. Everyone was like, that's literally not real. And I was like, yes, it is. The worst part is that it literally was just this cutout Easter bunny that my family puts up every year for Easter.
It wasn't like someone. Like,
no, my family was like creative, and my sister like held the statue. It's like a 4-foot statue. She held it like quickly and like moved it while my parents took a picture, so it kind of looked like she was running. And it took me until I was literally like 20. Like after I found out the Easter bunny wasn't real, I was literally like 22 years old, and I was like, oh my God, is that the same fucking Easter bunny? And my mom was like, we had a joke in this family of how long it would take you to figure that out.
Wow. Oh, I thought you meant like it was like a picture you went to the mall and like someone's dressed up as an Easter bunny. Cause
No.
I can understand that.
This was like my family was like, look, we got a picture of the Easter bunny before he left. And I believed in it so truly.
That just made me cry. Like that.
I know.
So funny.
Oh,
Low key though, I kind of think the tooth fairy's real. I never caught my parents putting money under my pillow.
how did they do it?
I'm not now. I know y'all are gonna try to drag me. I was once a very light sleeper. A very, very light sleeper. And I was never, ever awoken. But every time I did have $5 under my pillow. I think she's out there.
You might. I don't know how I'm gonna do it with my kids.
Right?
Stomping heavy in
And
there.
if she's not out there, fuck our parents for lying to us about everything.
Everything.
Santa, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy. No wonder all of us have trust issues. That's so fucked up. If you really think about it like that. That is crazy.
Wait, did you guys have? I don't know if you guys know about Saint Nick's, because that's kind of like another not superstition, but something that could also be
Like
fake.
a story.
Yeah. So I might be making all this up, but Saint Nick, I mean, That's Santa Claus's name, isn't it? Old Saint
Yeah,
Nick?
Saint Nicholas.
Yeah.
Old
So,
Saint Nick.
so like in Catholic school, they would show us this film to like teach us that it's not all about presents, and pretty much like Saint Nick, he helped the homeless, I believe.
Something like
that. So it's a certain day. I think it's the day before Christmas Eve. It's a specific day on the calendar. It might be the 22nd. You put your shoes outside of your door and you get a little gift inside. Like you literally just put your shoes outside of your bedroom door, or you can put them outside. I put them outside my bedroom door and you'd wake up to a little gift. It's kind of like
wait, you did this at home?
Yes.
Oh, see, I did this at school, and it was like Saint Nick Day. And so like it would be like 11 a.m. and everyone would take their shoes off and leave them in the hallway. And then we'd like, I don't know, like watch a movie or something. And when the movie was over, you go check your shoes, and then the shoes would have little gifts in them. But like now that I think back, like 30 like second graders like in their like dirty socks, like that sounds terrible for the
I've
teacher.
never heard of this.
No.
It's definitely like a Catholic school
It
thing,
is.
but it was a big day.
I think like we did in school too, and like we like would make shoes or like a shoe box or something. Like I think the next day we come in, but like thinking about it, I'm like, I made my mother go and get a random gift for another little thing for my ass to believe, like on top of everything else.
Well, I was like that with my stocking. Like for some reason, my ungrateful ass was like, I want gifts in my stocking, you bitches. Like I didn't want just little toiletries. I wanted full gifts.
wanted
And
a
so
work
like
boot.
literally, and my parents would have to like put specific gifts. One year they did get me tickets to see High School Musical 2 on ice, and they put it in my stocking, and it was the best.
They popped off with these gifts.
Yeah. Yeah, my parents always like they always got me exactly what I wanted. I didn't get like everything, but whatever I guess I talked about the most, they made sure to get.
Yeah. I did love that tradition of like the last day of school before winter break. Like you just watch movies and you could always tell what teacher was an asshole, because there was always be one where you're like, oh, first through fourth period, I'm just watching movies. And then you get to one teacher who's like, this is actually a review for all the material we learned. And I was just like, you know what teacher I'm talking about too. Our chemistry teacher, junior year.
Girl, if you don't turn on a movie.
Did you guys ever have this happen in like grade school or maybe high school where you went to school the day before Christmas and then a friend gave you a present that you weren't anticipating and you were like, oh my God, I didn't know we were doing presents?
No.
I did.
That was like a high school thing for me. Like I would go in, not have discussed presents with anyone. And I remember this one specific girl got me like a really nice Victoria's Secret perfume and like Victoria's Secret underwear back when that was like the thing. And I was like, girl, we are not friends like that. And I felt so bad because I had nothing for her.
Searching your pockets.
Literally, I was like, what do I do? And it was just so awkward. I'd like, when you get a gift that you weren't expecting is the most uncomfortable thing, I think.
That was
Would
like a
you-
memory unlock.
Would you rather get no gift?
If it's someone that I'm not expecting a gift from, yeah, like I would rather not, because I just like, then it makes you feel bad. You're like, damn, do you see this friendship differently than I do?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think you just opened up a door for a perfect pyramid. Let's rank the best types of Christmas gifts. I have an idea that honestly, we just kind of talked about this. I think the worst kind of Christmas gift is actually a gift that was secretly for the gifter, but not in like the gifter is going to use the gift. Someone buys you something that like maybe it's really flashy and they are buying it for their ego. Like they are giving you this gift, lying to you, telling you that it's because you want it. But there's something about it, whether maybe it's the person who's giving it to you or maybe it just feels like something very over the top. And you can tell that this person just like, maybe they want to hold it over your head, but I got you that for Christmas. Or they want everyone to be like, did you see what, like, I've seen this happen in like marriages. Like you'll walk into someone's home and like the husband might be like, yeah, you see what I got her for Christmas? Look at this, look at all this cool stuff. And it's like, did you get her that for Christmas? Or did you get yourself that for Christmas? Wow. And I think that is horrible.
Yeah, I hate a selfish gift.
That's a great way to put it. A
Like,
selfish gift.
A person who just, I agree with you. Someone who gets you something for them and then they like to hold it over your head. They're like, but I got you this. It's like, no, you got you that. Yeah. You know?
I don't think I've experienced that, but that sounds horrible.
I've
Yeah.
seen that, and it's
Yeah.
very like, ooh.
I haven't experienced it either, but I've seen it happen not just for Christmas, but for birthdays too. Like people who like make a production, but like you can tell it's just because they like want to do it for themselves.
Right.
That's like a relationship trauma that I have. Like I'm the type of person to put my card down at dinner with my boyfriend because I don't want him to pay for it. And it's not that I don't want him to pay for it. It's like I've been in a situation where someone will be like, but I bought you this dinner. And it's like, I have a job. I don't need your money.
You don't want somebody
Keep
holding
it.
something over your head.
Yeah.
I almost think the second worst would be what you said, though. Like,
Yeah, like a gift that you weren't expecting. And I feel like it also is sort of like an ego thing. Like me and that girl
Right.
were not friends. I think she did have money in high school, and I think she just wanted to like show off that she like got me something. But I feel like a gift you weren't expecting, or like a gift that just is like a cross off the to-do list. Like, oh, I got you this. And it's like a gift card to like the most basic place that you don't even have a relationship. It's like, oh, if you got someone a Target gift card, but they love Target, that's different. But if it's just like, they were just at the store and had to cross it off their to-do list.
Yeah. Like,
So
let me
is
pick
that
this up.
a thoughtless gift?
Yeah, I think so.
Because
or
that
no
can apply-
effort gift.
Yeah. Like the bare minimum.
Bare
gift.
minimum.
Yeah. You might as well just keep it.
I think
Yeah.
this is a solid bottom row.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have the selfish gift, the unlike president gift, like, why did you give me that? And then the thoughtless, bare minimum gift. Terrible, terrible. If you're any of those, you're a horrible gift giver. Okay, what's on the middle? Like, not the best kind of gift, but like,
You
a
guys
good
like
one.
gag gifts?
I was gonna say.
I like gag gifts because like they're always like one of a kind, and you just can always have it. Like, oh, look at this! Like it's a talking pickle.
Yeah,
I just saw that on
Gag
Amazon.
gifts from the right people, like
Yeah.
someone like if that person you were talking about earlier, who like wasn't like you weren't super close with him, wouldn't normally buy you a real gift, then comes with like something that's like funny and it's like an inside joke. Then it's like kind of like nice and like it's just silly.
This is like a personal middle row, but I hate gifts that I asked for. Like I just love to be surprised, or I love to know that somebody knows me well enough to get me something. And it's like I appreciate those gifts. I ask for them for a reason. Like when you send your mom your Amazon wish list, like I appreciate those, but opening them, I'm like, I know what this is. Like I wanted to open something I don't know, or something that's a little bit unexpected.
I feel like that depends for me. I sometimes love getting what I ask for because it's like, oh, you listened to me. Like that's what I really wanted.
Yeah.
Or like you didn't. I don't want to sound ungrateful. A gift is a gift. You should always appreciate them. But like, what if you wanted something and someone got you the version of that you didn't want? It's like,
true.
oh man, like.
Right.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, you could put your neck into it a little harder if you're supposed to know me.
Yeah, like
You
give
know
me
what I
something
mean?
I asked for, and then something, even if it's small, just something that I didn't. So it like proves that you know
That's
me.
kind of
well
how I am. My mom does this every year. Like I don't tell her what I want. She just kind of like gets me little random things. I like that because like I'm an only child, so I've been spoiled my whole life. And I realize I'm just gonna buy whatever I want to every single day, make every day a holiday. So like I like a little like surprise, like oh I needed this, something I need. Like she got me a pots and pans set last year, and I'm like I didn't say I needed that, but I'm like oh my god, like
That's
I
a great
Yeah,
gift.
that's
it was
great
such
gift.
a I cried.
Mom.
I started tearing up.
It's such an adult gift. I wanted to put
Yeah.
a Dyson vacuum on my list this year.
Oh wait,
These things are so fucking
they
expensive.
are.
I had a promo code.
I saw.
Or like a shark.
Yeah.
That's a good, I would say a good like maybe number 2 spot. It's just like a realistic gift.
Yes.
Like even if it's like they pay off a bill for you.
Well, my
Like,
parents refuse. I've asked them every year, can you just give me money? And my mom goes, no, because you're going to pay a bill. I think that Christmas, I put that on my pyramid at the bottom of like a bill gift, like just like a boring gift. Like I could pay a bill any day. Like I'm already in credit card debt.
Yeah.
I'm not paying a bill with my Christmas.
Never
gift.
mind. Forget I said it.
For my grandpa last year, I actually paid off all my parking tickets. And,
Now
like,
that's
I gave,
different.
I gave him the printout, and I was like,
I love that that's a gift for him. Is you paid off your own parking ticket.
Spot number 6. Spot number 6.
oh yeah, my fault.
What's the best kind of gift?
I think a thoughtful
Yeah.
gift.
Yeah.
Like I've gotten the best gift that I got last year was actually from my grandpa. My grandpa is the sweetest peach in the entire world. Like he has not one flaw. And one time after church one day, I asked him, I said, Poppy, can I have some money to go bowling? And he gave me a $5 bill. And he was so excited to give me this $5. And I looked at him like, I went up to my grandma. I said, sis, open up your wallet because Poppy just gave me $5 to go bowling. That's not going to even get me in the door. So we laughed about it. Haha. Years go by. And I just kept bringing up, I'm like, Poppy, you gave me $5 for bowling. Remember when you thought I could go to bowling for $5? Well, last year for, I think, Father's Day, I got a card and I put $5 in it. And I said, take yourself bowling. And on Christmas last year, I was shocked because we did like a secret Santa for my like family and my grandpa didn't get me. But he said, Lindsay, I got you something. And I was like, oh, like he gave me some money. Like this is lit. Like I'm thinking there's gonna be like $100, $200, $5.
Shut up.
And for the rest of my life, I will be giving my grandpa $5. And it just means the world to me. Like I love it.
love that.
Wow. Okay, cute. Let's get evil. What's everyone's immunity necklace for the week? It could be holiday themed, doesn't have to be. Lindsay, I know you've had
It's like
something
you're
brewing.
itching to sitting on something. That makes sense. Itching to sitting on something.
What do you mean by that?
What that meant.
This is an adult immunity necklace. Childhood Lindsay would have never said this. I think that Santa Claus is repulsive. I think a fat white guy sliding down your chimney being held by some magical ass reindeer is just ass backwards. I don't know who thought that was an excellent idea. Delivering presents? Hello, you're not supposed to talk to strangers. And I have to feed his fat ass with cookies?
Lindsay.
No. Santa Claus is weird. He's a strange person.
Money grubbing. No, I'm kidding.
No, he is.
Working them elves.
Yeah, then to make us believe that there are magical elves making name brand items in the North Pole and every kid gets one unless you're not a kid that gets one. Santa Claus is he's at the bottom of he's at the naughty list, Lindsay's naughty list.
Oh, wow.
I hate
Like
him.
National Lampoon's Christmas
And
Vacation.
why does Rudolph get to be the star of the show? Because he has a red nose.
Well, he wasn't. He was bullied for a really long time.
Did you listen to the song?
No, all I know is that he gets a song. So you know what? It's giving racism in the reindeer world. And I don't like that.
Oh, Lord. Anyone else got anything?
All right.
Sorry to say it.
I don't have anything crazy. I feel like mine's just always driving related. Also, speaking of driving related, this past Friday, I got into a Tesla and I was so nice to the man because it was one of those Teslas, the door handle popped out. So I didn't have to do any of that fidgeting stuff. And I was like, this is such a nice car. But anyways,
We're going to hold you accountable.
yeah, anyways, I feel like lately my thing has been with driving. Like, why is everyone on my ass? Like, if I can see you in my back seat, back it up. Like, I'm like, it's also, there's black ice out, there's deer out. I'm like, you guys are just on my ass, back up. That's
That's crazy because you drive kind of fast. So if that's
Slowing it down. No, exactly. But I'm like, it's cold out. I'm like, it was raining. I know when there's black ice somewhere. I'm like, just slow it down, please.
know the time and the place.
Yes. That's all I have to say.
Brand, do you have one?
I actually don't. I'm in a great headspace.
What happened to evil?
Why'd you make it seem like we were crazy?
You're not crazy. I just feel like I'm usually the bitch of the group, and I've dished out a lot of immunity necklaces. So I'm going to take my own and just keep it on today.
I don't have one. I've like, I don't know. Nothing has been annoying me lately on social media, or everything annoys me so much that I just don't pay attention to anything. It could be either one. I'm not really sure.
Okay,
But-
so that can segue us. What's on your FIP?
Oh my gosh, this is a great thing. Tate McRae, if you happen to come across this TikTok, I love you so much, so deeply. I have such a crush on you. I would leave my boyfriend for you in 10 seconds, and he knows that.
The way you're looking deep into the camera.
I literally last night, I was on TikTok and Jake goes, Case, are you still looking at Tate McRae videos? I was literally just searching her name in the search bar and watching videos of her. I love her so much. I think she is a modern day pop star. And I love people like that because like I grew up during like the Britney, Christina Aguilera time. So like, we just needed a new pop star and I love her so much.
Her nasally tone, her lyrics,
Her dancing, like
No,
her
she
stage
is
presence, her outfits, her body.
only being 20. Like she is our modern
She's
day
only
pop
20?
star.
Okay, maybe take back
Calm
that.
down.
I'll leave my boyfriend for you. Maybe take that back a little bit. But I do love
Okay,
you
R.
so
Kelly.
much.
I feel that way about Sabrina Carpenter. I've
yeah.
been on a big Sabrina Carpenter kick. I might get a Nokia flip phone like she
I
does.
love her little outfits, like her little skirts
Me
and her big
too.
boots.
I'm like, I want to wear that. People would be like, that whore.
Our weirdest flex that we never flex is that we went to college with Sabrina Carpenter's sister.
I forgot
so
about
true.
that.
Shannon Carpenter, if you're watching this, hey girl, she choreographed a dance for me. I did this. There was a sorority called D-Phi-E, and they host this thing for a charity called D for Dude, where like guys like put on a performance. And she was in the sorority, and she choreographed my whole dance. We did the whole dance together. Sabrina Carpenter's sister.
Oh, that's cool.
And I like didn't know who she was when we were in college or like
Right.
as much. And then I feel like the year after we graduated, she kind of like blew up. And then I was like,
Yeah.
damn, I love her.
Yeah. What else is on anyone's FYP?
Nothing crazy. I'm just like on food, TikToks, as usual. I feel like it's my usual
Like
spiel.
recipes or like mukbangs?
All of it. Recipes, mukbangs, trying out new places. You name it, it's food. It's on my FYP. Because I think I'm just hungry girl.
No, I feel that way.
Yeah, that's about it.
What about you, Lens?
I've been on like building talk, but specifically building girlies.
What do
so
you
like
mean?
people who so there's one lady, I wish I remembered her app because she's really, really talented. But like she'll be like rearranging my son's bedroom, fool your mom. But she like gets plywood from Lowe's and goes crazy
like
on her
DIY
house.
girlies.
Yeah.
Okay.
She like sprayed her whole house with paint and like completely customized like a new development, like any cookie cutter home into like this gorgeous, like rustic.
I love seeing those.
Oh, it was
transformations.
amazing. She does it with her bare hands. She's that girl.
I thought you meant like a bricklayer building. I was like, okay, you want some union TikTok?
I don't think of that. But
Brandon, what about you?
Mine, this is such a honestly a Casey FYP. I got on this it's apparently has a name. It's called urban planning. And it's this idea that people want to live in big cities like New York because it's the closest you'll ever feel like going to college again, which is kind of a crazy thing to say. But this girl like broke it down. She was like, when you're in college, you typically like go everywhere on campus or like within like a 3-mile radius. You're going with people to the gym. You're going with people to get food. Like you feel very community based. And she was like, a lot of the issues with America is that once you become an adult, you drive everywhere. You're driving to work. You're not like interacting with people. And there's not as many walkable cities as there are in America as there are in like Europe per se. And like everyone in the comments was like, yeah, besides New York, like Chicago's a good walkable city. But like, it was just this like really weird thing that I never thought about. And everyone in the comments was like, oh yeah, like this is all like a concept called like urban planning, like how people need to like plan and develop like urban cities. And like, that's what like draws people to want to live in cities is because like you kind of feel like you're always around people and like, you know, you can get places really conveniently and walk like a few blocks and like you just do more things with more people. And I thought that was really fascinating. And I never thought of it like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that is such a city thing. Like you can like you always have something to do, very college. Like you like are always walking somewhere. You like you live a little bit more of like a carefree lifestyle than someone who lives in like a suburban where you're like building a home and starting a family. Like it is just a different dynamic. So it's really interesting.
I know. I'm like really like marinated.
And
Yes.
like that's it just made me think because like there are so many people out there who are like the quality of life in America is like people are not as happy here as they are in other countries. And I'm sure there's been research done to see if like that coordinates at all. But I did when I studied abroad in Europe, like it was so like nice being able to literally walk everywhere and like not even have to think about like anything at all. Yeah. All right, y'all. Before I let us off the hook, once again, I want to apologize for causing the stir of last week. If you guys don't remember, I rearranged our whole podcast recording because I thought a movie premiere was last Monday, but it was actually this Monday. So that was last night. I walked my first ever red carpet, even though it was actually a tan carpet.
You got on Getty Images, bitch.
I got a Getty.
Hell
I got
yeah.
the
Come on
fucking
now.
Getty. And the Getty ate down.
No, it
Yeah.
did.
I was so nervous to like see the link of photos because I had no idea what those photos looked like. And I was like, oh my God, okay, I look cute. But it was for the Anyone But You movie premiere with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. And let me just say this, Glenn Powell, he like might be like top 3 hottest men. And I was like confident in the fact that that was going to be a hot take. I was like, I know he's like an acquired taste, but after watching that movie, oh my God, that man is beautiful. And he just has like this like funny sense of humor. Like he's sexy. Sydney Sweeney, stunning in person. They've had to have fucked. Like there's
100%.
no way. And if they haven't, it's honestly a shame. It's a tragedy. The way she was looking at him, I don't know if she's still acting, but she would just like look at him when he was making a speech to the people who came to the theater, just like thanking everybody for coming and like saying how fun he had worked on the movie. And she was just looking at him, and I was like analyzing their body language. I was like, oh, they did the dirty. They had to.
They had to.
Did you see the video of them on the boat?
Yes.
Where
Is
she's
that-
underneath of him?
Is that from the movie? Is that any part?
Wait,
No,
What video?
that's just, it's like a video they took on, it might be like on set, but it's like a
Oh.
casual video. He's like standing up straight on a boat. I don't know if he's like lifting weights or doing something. Whatever. And she's laying on the ground, literally in between his legs, underneath of him. And it is just the most sexual video, and they don't
Yeah.
even do anything
Yeah.
sexual, but
I remember
it's crazy.
seeing that video. I'm like, oh, they're hooking up.
are they dating anyone?
He's married, I thought.
And she's engaged.
I
Oh,
think
right.
he broke up with his girlfriend like when all of the initial publicity was coming out, like when they were filming and they were getting photographed, I'm pretty sure he broke up with his girlfriend. But I don't know. Someone DM'd me and was like, I noticed she's not wearing her ring. She was engaged.
Yeah, I think something happened with that because I feel like that's also what kind of solidified all the rumors.
But honestly, now, after saying what I said and after hearing what you said, it was probably just all marketing. They were probably like, we're going to blow this movie out of the water by making everyone think that you fucked. Like, it could have been that deep. Like, maybe been like, Glenn, break up with your girlfriend. You never know with publicity. But it was a really fun time. Walking a red carpet is terrifying.
That's what I wanted to ask. Like, when you posed for the pictures, was it like what you see in the movies, like a bunch of lights flashing?
So it's like weird. Like, it's like very small. Like, it might be the size of this room. And because it was cold, they tented it, which was really nice. And you just walk in, someone like writes your name down on a whiteboard, which I appreciated because then it like puts all your photos in one place. And then the photographer like know your name. So they'll be like, Brandon, turn this way, turn this way. But not everybody took photos of me. There were some that were just like smiles.
Oh my God. Remember that video of that girl? I don't know if you guys saw this. It was on my For You page. This girl went to a red carpet premiere for something, and she went in front of all the photographers hoping to get a photo, and no one took pictures of her. And then she was like, I'm going to try again. Maybe they just didn't notice. And she went back, and it was the same.
Well, it was awkward. So I went with my friend Anna, and there was 2 carpets. There's one where like you get your photos taken, and then I think there was one that was like more press where they do take photos, but it's more people like interviewing you, and that's like for the stars of the movie to be like, Sydney, like what's it like doing this, like blah blah blah. And me and Anna walked onto the press carpet and no one's taking photos of us. So Anna was like, let's ask this girl to take a photo of us on our phone. And we fully just got a cell phone picture on the red carpet. Thank God the girl we asked, she worked for Sony Social. So like she was totally fine to do it. She was so nice. But I was like, oh my God, okay, let's go up in the theater. And I saw some great stars. Mr. J. Manuel from America's Next Top Model. Gorgeous. Stunning.
You taught me how to smize.
Who else did I see? There was like some really like, there's people, Natasha Bedingfield was there. I didn't see her.
Unwritten?
I don't want to spoil the movie, but that song is a big part of the movie, which makes sense now as to why she was there. There was a lot of Bravo people. What's that sexy Italian man who's one of the Real Housewives? Giudice?
Joe?
Yes.
Giudice?
I was...
No.
Yeah, he
I
was
just
there.
put 2 and 2 together.
Like,
I
was
love
like, I
Joe.
forgot his name, but I was like, damn, he looks good in
Wow,
real
so his
life.
wife, what's her name? Melissa.
She was, I think his daughter was with them.
Mm.
But he was there, some other like really cool people, and everyone was so nice. There was a lot of influencers there that I never met before, and they were all like so nice.
Wow.
It was a great time.
How was the movie?
The movie was good. It's like very like formula rom-com, a little over the top, but it's like a feel-good movie. But I do want to say, like, I just feel like movies like that, like, we needed this generation's like John Tucker Must Die. Like, we need something that is just like for the girls, really fun, like campy, and just like, I don't know. This was good. And it reminded me of like an early 2000s rom-com, but it was a little, sometimes I was like, okay, it's a little too much. But overall, those two, Glenn and Sydney, have so much chemistry. It like carried the entire film. I was just like, and they do have a raunchy scene together, which was fun.
Can't wait till it's on TikTok.
That was really cool. I got like weirdly emotional, like on the way back. I was just like, this is really cool that like this is like
Your
my
life.
life.
It's the
and, like,
first of many.
yeah, and like just like the opportunities that like come because of all the support out there. So anyone listening to this podcast, anyone who watches TikTok or our TikToks, and just thank you for the support because it means a lot.
I want to cry.
I know, that was so cool.
beautiful.
Seeing you with a Getty image on your thing, like that's such a cool moment. That's like such an iconic thing. I loved it.
I know. I was like, wow, I wonder if this will be like on IMDb.
Yeah.
not in the movie. Well, I guess that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Hope everyone at home has a happy, safe holiday. Hope you guys get thoughtful gifts that are gonna, be the best gifts you've ever gotten. And everything we said, keep it between us girlies.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.